everybody. Thanks for tuning in to According to Jen today. I was inspired to do a video for fall time because I love fall so much. And first let me say, I have bright pink nail polish on. And I was really excited to try this bright pink nail polish, but because I'm in such a fall time mood, I sort of regret painting my fingernails bright pink because I have this gorgeous orange color that I cannot wait to put on because it goes with my whole fall time wardrobe. I'm gonna go get it and show it to you. Okay, I'm back. So I have this great color. Let me shake it up so you can see it. This gorgeous, beautiful orange color that when I bought it, I didn't think that I would like it. I got this last year sometime, and I was trying to get out of like the purples and blues that I normally did, and I was so happy when I put this on my nails. And every time, it's like when you get a nail polish and every time you see your hands moving, you see it in the corner of your eye and like, ooh, you stop for a minute because you're like, oh, I really like that color. And then you're like, well, duh, you're wearing the color. So anyways, that's sort of how I'm feeling right now. I really want to repaint my nails to this. I probably will, but I really like this color too. It's, I don't remember the color. I'll do a haul on my nail polish at some point. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I was really inspired to do a fall time video today because, well, it just looks like fall outside. It doesn't feel like fall outside yet because, well, it's hot and it's Florida. But all of the leaves are turning and falling off the trees and stuff like that. And the weather's been a little bit cooler, but it's still relatively hot. But I happened to watch a Rachael Ray episode today, which was my #1 mistake because instead of studying, I watched TV. And now I'm making this video instead of studying for an exam I have tomorrow. Excellent. I was inspired by her episode that I watched today. It was a TVOD episode. But I was inspired to start doing like a featured fall recipe of the week, or, you know, featured recipe on my blog, because fall is really the time where I feel most at home. I feel most comfortable. It takes me back to memories of other falls that I've had. I mean, not that other seasons don't do that, but fall is just something that is always really close to my heart, and I always feel homey and all of that sort of stuff when I think about fall time and when things take me back to certain fall times. So I guess it was a couple of years ago, she did a recipe for croque madames, which have become one of my favorite foods ever. And today I watched a TVOD episode from this past Monday where she had reinvented her croque madame recipe, and it got me thinking, you know, she has so many great recipes, and aside from the politics of like whether you think she's a real chef or not, I don't even think she calls herself a chef. I think she calls herself a cook. Regardless of that, she has so many good recipes, and I give her all the credit for teaching me how to cook and how to cook good food. There's some recipes I don't care for, but there are so many recipes and so many of these magazines and her books and on her website that I love, and I've collected them over the years, and I've cooked a lot of them, but I tend to like cook them once, really like them, and then move on to something else, and then I end up not making them again. The croque madames recipe that I had from a couple of years ago, I actually make as like a, like that one stuck with me. I make it as like a Christmas morning, Thanksgiving morning, special brunch type of breakfast because it's very light, but it's very filling. So, you know, I tend to only make it every so often. Plus, it's one of those special things that you don't want to make so often that it just becomes a normal thing. And I firmly believe that the heart of every home is in the kitchen. And or is the kitchen, I should say. And I don't know, I just love to cook. I love cooking. I would hate to be a chef. I would hate to be a cook. I would hate to be, you know, a baker or something like that. I just like doing it for my family. I love doing it in my kitchen. You know, like it's just one of those things that it really makes me feel at home, and like, you know, I don't know, there's just something warm and homey about it. I can't stop saying homey. Anyways, I have a couple of magazines that I've collected. I have 3 Rachael Ray magazines. This is the October 2011 issue of Rachael Ray, or Everyday with Rachael Ray. You've probably seen my YouTube video on this by now. This was last October 2010's edition of the Everyday magazine. I'm trying to find a recipe here to show you. I'm gonna start doing like a featured recipe on my blog. I don't know if it'll be like a weekly because I have so many of them that I want to put up, but I don't want to put up too much, but I don't want to limit it to once a week and end up only having like 12 weeks of fall for 12 recipes. So, but things like, you know, butternut squash, like roasted butternut squash, or pumpkin soup. Oh, I've got a great pumpkin soup recipe you guys have to try. It's like a savory type of pumpkin soup instead of a sweet. And then there's, you know, the spaghetti squashes, which is actually great for summer and fall, but I prefer fall because it's part of the gourd family. You know, things like that, different soups, just really like hearty, you know, warm feeling foods. What is the word I'm looking for? It's, you know, it's really just more like soul food, I guess you could say. It's like, you know, the stuff that you like remember when you're growing up that takes you back to like good memories that you have with your family or whatever. Well, we really didn't have, well, my mom cooked, but she didn't really cook, you know. She just threw stuff together and called it dinner, so I don't really have any like, you know, heartwarming, that's the word I'm looking for, heartwarming foods or anything like that, you know, that I can remember from back then. But my husband and I have really incorporated a lot of the stuff of the fall season that leads into the winter to really, you know, just get into the seasons because they're our favorite seasons of the year. Actually, fall is not my husband's favorite season. It's actually his least favorite season, but it's mine. But winter is his favorite, and it kind of goes hand in hand. But like, you know, for fall time, we'll sip on a lot of cider or use a lot of cinnamons and nutmegs or pumpkin bread, banana bread, soups, gourds, you know, that sort of thing. Lots of warm foods. And then in the wintertime, we start going towards more of like the peppermint and the chocolate. There is a company that my husband used to work for that they don't have down here in Jacksonville called Gloria Jeans. And if any of you have heard of it and you love coffee, then you know what I'm talking about. But they have the best pumpkin spice coffee beans. Oh my gosh, I need to remember to like order some today because I meant to yesterday and I forgot. So I'm gonna do that. When I edit this video, it will be a reminder if I've forgotten by then. But they have the best pumpkin spice beans. So come the fall time, we are so into all those little, you know, fall time drinks that have apples or cinnamon or nutmeg or cloves or, you know, pumpkin spice, you know, all of that stuff. Love, love, love that stuff. So anyways, I am definitely going to be ordering some of that Gloria Jeans pumpkin spice coffee because it's amazing. But come the winter time, which is where I was going with all this, they also have a lot of seasonal flavors that are really good. There's one called Mocha Merriment that is so good. But they actually infuse the beans with the flavor, so it's not like Starbucks where they just use little pumpy tasty things that maybe most of you like. I mean, obviously Starbucks is popular and, you know, the drink. I haven't yet figured out why my camera just randomly cuts off after a certain amount of time. I need to figure that out. It's a new camera. But anyways, what I was saying was that I know obviously Starbucks is popular this time of year with their little pumpkin pump stuff and all that stuff. It wouldn't be coming around every year if people didn't like it. But to me, when you get the flavor of the bean infused with the pumpkin, like they use an oil that they infuse it with, it just tastes so much better than just that pumpy crap. But my husband actually worked for them for a while when he worked a second job up north. And he used to get the discount on the beans and he would bring home like everything under the sun and it was so good. But anyways, going back to what I was trying to say, where I was going with all of this was that, you know, it leads into winter when you know, start thinking of like snowmen and cookies and mint and hot chocolate and marshmallows and watching Christmas movies and, you know, all those other things. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, you know, there's just a lot of tradition behind it. And my husband and I, the first year we were married, decided to start making our own traditions. And so I'm just really excited about this time of year because all those traditions come back and it's like, you know, the rest of the year is great and all that stuff, but there's just something so heartwarming about the fall time that leads into the winter that I just really, really love. And especially like Bath and Body Works candles. They have the Slatkin and Company candles. This year, I'm not really a fan of most of their candles because they all smell like foods. I want to smell fall time. I don't want to smell food. Although foods do smell good. But I will say I have the Kitchen Spice candle from, I don't know, last year that I got out to burn. And every time I walk into the room and that thing's burning, I'm like, oh, it smells like fresh baked cookies. What are you making in here? And then my husband's like, it's the candle. And I'm like, okay, well, we need to make some cookies because I want to eat that candle. But I blame the baby for that. Anyways, so, but some of my favorites are like the frosted cranberry or the balsam. Oh, I love the balsam. It smells like a Christmas tree. But for the fall time, I really love Leaves. Leaves is my favorite, and I thought I had the candle on my desk, but I don't. Oh, but they have this one. Ooh, look at all that dog hair going flying everywhere. This one, they don't have this year, and I really wish that they did. It's called Spiced Cider. I don't know if you can get this anywhere. I don't know if I can, like, block the whatever on this, but anyway, it's Spiced Cider. I don't know if you can find these on eBay. Oh my gosh, it smells so good though. So they have Leaves. If you can find Spiced Cider, I would totally buy it. But I mean, it's just like, I love fall. I love it so much. And I know I've been rambling a lot, so I am just doing this video to tell you that I'm going to start featuring recipes on my blog. So check out accordingtojen.com for those recipes. If you go to the category section and then go to, I think, cooking and recipes, then they will start coming up. But anyway, so before this video gets any longer, I'm going to go. But look for that on my blog. I'm really excited about it. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye!